the deal with Plessy versus Ferguson? Why did it have as big of an impact as it did? Well, anything related to a race will have a big impact here. This is no exception. It's 1890 and the Separate Car Act was passed in Louisiana. This required separate but equal train car accommodations for blacks and whites. A group of people whose name I dare not try to pronounce in fear of butchering but will definitely put up on the screen wasn't a fan of this. After all, they were a civil rights group, and so they decided to make a test case. For those of you who don't know what the flying heck a test case is, it's legal action meant to clarify what a law actually means. Anyway, one Homer Plessy was the catalyst of this case. He was born in the US of A and had fair skin. However, there was something about him that was absolutely dreaded at the time. I think. He was mixed, specifically 1/8 black. Anyway, on June 7th, 1892, he boarded a whites-only car on a train. There was more to this plan, but I really don't want to drag this video to be too long. So, he got onto the car and was asked to move to the car for blacks. He said no, got arrested, and was put on trial. And so, here we are. The real case, and the real question. Does the Separate Car Act violate the 14th Amendment? According to Justice Henry Billings Brown, who apparently represented the majority, no. For some reason. Apparently, the 14th Amendment's objective was undoubtedly to enforce the absolute equality of the two races before the law, but in the nature of things, it could not have been intended to abolish distinctions based upon color, or to enforce a social as distinguished from political equality, or a commingling of the two races upon terms unsatisfactory to either. His words, not mine. In short, the court ruled that segregation isn't inherently racist, as long as all accommodations were separate but equal. However, despite this ruling, we've seen those pictures of water fountains in schools being separate and unequal, especially with blacks getting the short end of the stick. It wasn't until Brown vs. Board of Education that segregation was denounced, especially in education. And more acts and cases sprang up, Plessy became obsolete. Its effects lowered until it basically wasn't there. And I'm sure someone will cover Brown vs. Board, right? Right? Oh, and since it'll be June by the time that this is out, Happy Pride Month to everyone!